Good day, everyone. Today, I would like to talk to you about how to improve the accuracy and the quality of the output of AI agents and assistants in HubSpot using Knowledge Vaults. Now, Knowledge Vaults are available in your account. They are in beta, but they have been activated across all the accounts, so you have the possibility to use them. You don't need to opt into any beta for this particular feature. And you may have already seen it. You may have spotted it in your sidebar. When you go to the left sidebar on the Breeze, you will find Knowledge Vaults here, but you may not really know what to do with it, what it was about, so you're not using it, most likely. Now, knowledge vaults are basically small pockets of data, of information that you can feed into an agent or an assistant to give it more context into which it needs to produce the output. So you tailor the output by giving it more accurate and more to the point information and guidance and instructions. The best way to showcase this is to have a look at the blog research agent that is available for all of you inside HubSpot. It's one of the default agents offered by HubSpot. Why is this a good example? Because many of you who are creating content, who are creating blogs, are most likely following a certain copywriting framework like AIDA, or maybe a certain messaging framework like StoryBrand, what we are using, for example, with which you are creating your content across the board. Now, what you want from a blog research agent like this is that it produces content using that framework with everything he does, so that it minimizes rewriting or fixing it at the end. And this is where knowledge vaults come in. So we can create a knowledge vault, fill that knowledge vault with information about the framework that we want the blog research agent to adopt, and then feed that knowledge vault into the agent to optimize the output. Now, how does this work? Let's dive into the demo account. I'm now in the Breeze Studio, which is the starting place to create or add agents and assistants. You can access that in the left side here on the Breeze, and then you go to Breeze Studio. I have here the blog research agent, which I can click on, and let's go to the configuration, because that's where we want to be today. Now, in order to add a knowledge vault to an agent, and this works for HubSpot agents as well as for custom designed agents or assistants, so it works everywhere inside HubSpot. Where you want to be is at the bottom of the configuration page. Here you will see, HubSpot will tell you what this agent currently knows and what it will use in order to produce the output. Besides, of course, the instructions that you add at the top of your as part of the agent instructions. You will give it context by using the default knowledge vaults, actually, the brand kits, I do customer profile, and products and services. So you would create context for that agent to work in. But now you can extend that. You can add knowledge vaults outside the default ones. And you do that by clicking on Add Knowledge, the button right on the right side of this, which opens a sidebar, and you can now create a knowledge vault. So by default, you will see here the brand kit. I do customer profile, products and services. Those are the default ones. You can remove them if you think that they are not necessary for this particular agent. For now, I'll keep them there. And I can go on, I can click on create and create a new vault. So let's say for this one, since we are using the story brand framework, let's give it a name. Story brand framework, I can give it a description. This vault contains all the information related to the story brand framework for some digital. Now, I have a couple of options here. I can add files that I just upload from my desktop. And these can be PDFs, can be PowerPoints, can be Word documents, can be images. If you click here on the little eye, you will see exactly what formats are accepted. I can click on add. It will open my browser, and I can add files as I wish. I can also add HubSpot content. So I can add blog posts, specific blog posts that I want to add to the vault, landing pages, entire websites, call scripts might be interesting for a tailored a sales agent or a sales assistant, and knowledge base. And I can add segments, which are segments of my CRM data. For example, the last all the tickets created in the last 30 days, or all contacts within lifecycle stage customer. So I can provide it segments in order to give it more context and more tailored information to produce output. Now, for a blog research agent, segments is not that relevant. And for this particular vault, a story brand framework, HubSpot content is also not that relevant. I want to add files. So I can click on that. And I have here a document prepared story brand script. I can add it. And now I can create an ad. And now what you will see is that under what this agent knows, it now has a fourth vault, the story brand framework. And I can keep adding files here. So I can add examples. I can add other documents that are relevant for this particular vault that gives the agent more and more and more context and input. So now when I would start using this agent and start asking it to create blog articles, it will always consider the story brand framework vault and all the information in it in order to produce the content. So that's how you can tailor the blog, any agent or any assistant by adding custom knowledge vaults. Super powerful. Play around with it. You can use this for so many different purposes. Using segments for particular data-related assistants or agents are very, very valuable. For example, if you would want to create a customer service assistant that analyzes certain trends in tickets, you can give it a segment with all tickets created in the last 60 days. You will tailor it, you will make it more accurate and more to the point, more focused. So play around with it. Very helpful if you ask me. Let me know what your use case would be for a custom vault in the comments. Curious to know what you think about it. Yeah, let me know what you produce. Thanks.